EA Sports brings you a special edition of the National Football League for this Christmas Day matchup. It's the Giants and the Eagles, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Well, straight ahead, we've got a rematch from last year's NFC Divisional Round 2, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the defending NFC champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and a Merry Christmas to everyone out there watching. Thanks for joining us on this special day. Partner, Merry Christmas to you, and what an afternoon of football we should have in store here. Two great rivals in the NFC East doing battle here in Week 16.
And how many times have they gotten together and big stakes were out there for either team? I remember way back when Phil...
It's the second of three on this Christmas Day with the Giants and Eagles, and off we go in Philadelphia. This fielded right at the goal line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by a man who took that huge jump everyone had hoped for in year two, one of the game's brightest young stars, and that's Trevor Lawrence.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that, and they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 12 carries, 76 yards, and a touchdown.
And a rushing title's definitely within sight, so the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there, but they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
Here are the key inactives for this one, Charles, and as you get towards the latter stages of the season, you hope that this is a clean graphic with no names, but that's hard to do in the NFL.
Yeah, there's almost no way you think it's going to be like that. It's just a matter of what names are on the list and how you prepare to play without them. Everyone wants to finish strong. Well, the only way to do it, forget the inactive list and focus on the guys who are going to take the field.
After last week's loss, you bet this offense probably wanted to come out with a little more fire than a 3-and-out.
And I'm sure that people are saying, hey, come on, Coach, what was the pregame talk? Have these guys ready to go? But you and I both know it goes into preparation and practice and being ready to go. That gives you the confidence to come out and play. They've got to find that and fast.
So here come the Eagles, the defending NFC champs, led out by a man who was the runner-up to Patrick Mahomes at MVP balloting a season ago. Of course, that's Jalen Hurts.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The numbers for him from a week ago: 22 carries, 77 yards.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play, and I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams, because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He'll buy some time right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Dexter Lawrence make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach Can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now Lawrence to throw on second down. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The Giants at 10-4 on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Buying time to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Here's 2nd and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. They'll roll him out right. And the pressure gets to him again. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Hurts. Under pressure, they got him again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Out now is the punter, Braden Mann. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. And now out come the Giants. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. A handoff, Swift running to the left. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Tackled by Isaiah Simmons. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd down and 9. Here's Hurts to throw. He'll find Swift out of the backfield. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Dexter Lawrence, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Here now a 3rd down and 8. Here's Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Barkley, inside handoff. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. In motion comes the tight end left. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Dexter Lawrence finding his way through defensively for the stop. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. So no gain on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Here's Jackson. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Giants going to take over again on offense. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Lawrence. He's across midfield. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. On 1st down, Lawrence. And this is Shepard on the catch. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Up the middle with Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And that one complete to Hodgins. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 14. A nice pickup of 17 yards. Two minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Lawrence. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Now Lawrence. This is caught. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He might take this all the way. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Eagles.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. And what a job there by all 11 on the kick return. The blocking excellent, the return excellent. The result, 6 points. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now Lawrence to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up the screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Throwing is Hurts. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. From the gun, it's Hurts. Throwing right, and that's complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Hurts throw taken in by Watkins here. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Looking to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. That's to the pylon and incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
Hurts toward the pylon, but it's incomplete. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
So we've reached halftime here. Charles has already thrown off his headset. He's out here. He says, it's Christmas Day. I'm going home. We're not done yet, though. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where you see the final score there. Alec Pierce, a touchdown catch in the victory. Next, we'll stay in the NFC South as we head back here to Florida, check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars. Mike Evans, a touchdown catch in the victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Second down. Here's Hurts. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
Now Lawrence on first down. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Lawrence will throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. Touchdown! Daniel Bellinger, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants have retaken a third quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Gano now to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was finished off with a touchdown by Daniel Bellinger. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jihad Ward, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On the return, Jackson. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. New York set to take the field. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Now Lawrence. And a pass complete to Waller on the out route. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Here's a give to Barkley. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man, Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. Here's Lawrence. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call him for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. That is caught. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
He will push his way down to about the 14. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Back to throw. Lawrence trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. One Clemson Tiger picks off another. Mario Goodrich gets one off Lawrence. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 47. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Kayvon Thibodeau. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. We are off to the 4th quarter here on this special Christmas Day broadcast. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete. A 4th and very long coming up. You're out of field goal range. I don't know that you can go for this.
Well, I know that you want to, right? You know that they want to say, hey, let's go for this. We've got the perfect play drawn up. Let's do it. But I wouldn't go for it either. I agree with you totally. You're only down 1 score. Punt it. Let your defense pick you up.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
Swift going to try up the middle, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Hurts sets up to throw it. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 27-yard line. Hurts. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Leonard Williams able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Here's Hurts to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. So the completion good for 7 there. And 3rd and 8 now. Inside handoff, Penny. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. It hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
A quick pass here. He's got Shepard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. They'll send Beckham in motion right. A 1st down carry for Barkley. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with 3rd down and just a yard to go. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the 1st. Give him 2 on the play there. And it'll be a New York 1st.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Now a 2nd and 10. It's Barkley on the counter. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the 1st down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good, and this will stay a 4-point game. This was still going to be a one-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the fourth.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Back to throw. Escapes the sack. He'll get this out wide to Penny.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
He'll look to throw. Zacchaeus here hauling it in. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. He's back to throw. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. What can they draw up now? Time to find out on a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. How about the call to come with the blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense. Say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he will be out of bounds well shy of the marker. So that's a turnover on downs. Great job defensively. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for the Giants,